to Jack Martinelli Field in Foxborough, Massachusetts on Friday night, September 9th, for Scorpions award-winning production of Holliston Panthers Football 2022. It's found only on HCAT TV. Tonight, the Panthers face the Foxborough Warriors in the season opener. My name is Tom Emmons, and alongside is my co-host, the legend, Jay Wyman. Jay, last season, Foxborough went all the way to the D4 semifinals and lost to Duxbury. What do you expect to see from the Panthers against the Warriors tonight?
Well, I tell you, normally you can't tell how a season goes till about the third game because that way you can kind of say who they've played against and who's done what to who. But this is going to be a big test for both of these clubs. Holliston's coming in with a very experienced team. Also, Foxborough has a lot of experience too. They lost some of their superstars from last year, especially the big running back Dylan Gordon. So they lost a lot of them, but
2,300 yards.
Yeah, he was really special. But you know, the other thing that you look at tonight is two of, I think, the best coaches in the state. Of course, the Jack Martinelli is just unbelievable. He's just really up there. And Coach Kiley for Holliston is, you know, when you look at winning percentages and stuff, he's right there with everybody else. So in that sense, it's going to be a good game. It should be a good matchup that way. Holliston's going to have to use their speed tonight. And they're going to have to use the same thing that we talk about every week. They're going to have to make sure that they, avoid penalties, avoid turnovers. Make sure on the defense that you contain. Don't let these fast runners get outside. And the other thing is make those tackles. When you get a shot at making a tackle, make those tackles. The other thing I'm looking for tonight, too, Tom, is to see how the offensive line performs. Because they have kind of a rough time against Franklin. You know, Franklin being a D1 club. But they still had kind of a rough time against them. I'm looking for them to bounce back and see some adjustments that they make. So from that sense, I'm looking for a really good game.
The Panthers last season were 6-5, averaging 22 points a game. Their head coach is Todd Kiley in his 20th season, 157 wins against 52 losses. The Foxborough Warriors last year were 9-3, averaging 36 points a game. Jack Martinelli, their head coach, is in his 41st season with the Warriors. 288 wins against 131 losses and 5 ties. He is number 4, the most wins in Massachusetts among active coaches. Coach Kiley just made the top 20 active coaches on wins. But Jack Martinelli, I mean, the field's named for him, and he was voted into the Hall of Fame in 2011.
Well, rightfully so, and he's got a really good coaching staff with him, too. One of the guys on his coaching staff, of course, is Brian Martinelli. His son, you Holliston folks might remember that he was a great running back for Holliston back in the very early, late 90s and early 2000s. So, really special player.
There's your 2022 Foxborough Warrior football squad.
So the Caps will be going out now for the coin toss. This should be a fun game. I think there's a little bit of size there on Foxborough has probably a little bit more size. I'm not sure about the speed. I'm not sure if they can match up with the speed of Holliston. We'll see if they can.
Captain's coming out for the coin toss. Number 9, Joey Gentile. Number 11, Brady Sweeney. Number 13, TJ Kiley. Number 54, Pierce Alachi. And number 56, Grant Harper. For the Warriors, it's number 14, Peyton Francis. Number 15, Sam Carpenter. Number 56, Austin Philbin. And number 76, Andrew Finn.
And watch that number 15, Carpenter. He is an incredible, and I mean an incredible high school kicker. He was out here kicking 55-yard field goals, 55-yard field goals out here. And he really, really is special. Big leg.
This matchup is supposed to be a close one. Danny V of the Herald, he does his preseason ranking. Well, he ranked in Division 4, Foxborough number 7 and Holliston number 8.
Well, we'll see how good old Danny V's eyes are now.
Hey, they've got a Foxborough Cable who has been very nice to us tonight. They've got a camera right down on the field doing the. So it looks like we are going to see Carpenter kicking to the Panthers. And we'll be back for the opening kickoff in just a moment. And now, HCAT's onboard stats computer, Carlos Canto with Los's pregame lowdown.
Thanks, Tom. These two teams played all the way back in 2014. It was a playoff game, actually. Panthers came away with a victory, 35-13. They outgained the Warriors 523 yards to 336. And big reason for that were the two standouts in that game, quarterback Nick Affey and wide receiver slash running back Zach Elkinson. Get a load of this. Zach Elkinson combined for almost 300 total yards, all-purpose total yards, 296. Nick Affey with another 182 all-purpose yards of his own, plus he had 145 yards passing. So those two guys put up a ton of numbers in that game. They're not playing in this game, but let's see if someone on the Panthers can replicate that type of production.
Kicking off for the Warriors.
Thank you, Los.
Number 15, Captain Sam Carpenter.
So Captain Sam Carpenter, number 15, tees it up. He's a Hockomock player to watch. We watched him during warm-ups. Like Jay said, he has a big foot that can score from just about anywhere inside the 50-yard line. Back to receive the kick for the Panthers. Number 1, Brad Andriola, and it's going to go to number 6, Andrew Dennison. He brings it across the 25 to the 32-yard line. And that's where the Panthers will start, 1st and 10.
Well, Andrew Dennison, he's got tremendous speed. You'll see him a lot tonight in the passing game also.
Starting offense for the Panthers, first up front, number 68, Vladimir Valesky. Number 53, Jack Schnelling. Number 54, Captain Pierce Alachi. Number 56, Grant Harper. And number 50, Jimmy Parmes. Your receivers are number 6, Andrew Dennison, number 11, Brady Sweeney, tight end number 88, Owen McCarron, and number 9, Joey Gentile. Number 13, TJ Kiley at the quarterback spot with running back Devin Harding behind him. And here's a swing play to number 11, Brady Sweeney, and he's out close to a Panther first down.
Brady Sweeney on the carry for the Panthers.
This is a really talented linebacking core for
on the stop for the Warriors.
Foxborough here tonight.
Second and one
for the Panthers.
At their own.
Just a beautiful night for football here. Gentile in motion. Back to passes. Kiley setting up a screen to Devin Harding. He's hit right away, but he might have picked up the first down.
Well, that's 42. Lincoln Moore, I tell you, Lincoln Moore and Brandon Mazenkis O'Grady. Those are the two guys you want to watch. They're only juniors, but they're very, very good at the linebacker spot.
Holliston picks up the first
down. So the Panthers did move the chains. The ball's at the 43-yard line of Holliston. Spread formation. Kiley's back to pass again, rolls right. He's being chased and intercepted. Number 14. That was Captain Peyton Francis stepped in front of that pass. And they'll take over at the Panther 43-yard line.
He timed that perfectly on that interception. He turned, he waited till the ball was in the air, and then he came in front of the receiver. He was able to pick the ball off.
Well, one of those linebackers, Brandon Mazenkis O'Grady, number 44, was up in TJ's face.
Yeah, I'm telling you, those two are good. They're really good, 44 and 42.
So the Warriors will be 1st and 10. Their quarterback, Mike Marcusella.
Yeah,
his brother, Tommy Marcusella, was a good quarterback for the Warriors last season.
Very, very good.
And here he's Mike is just as number 10, the sophomore, has just stepped into his big brother's shoes.
That's a penalty, false start on Foxborough.
So 1st and 15 for Foxborough.
The Holliston defense, you want to watch them. They're very, very fast. And if they get a shot at the quarterback, they'll be able to get him.
Marcusella back to pass. He goes deep, but overthrows number 8. That was Nolan Gordon.
Now he's the brother.
Marcusella's
he's the brother of the running back,
yeah.
Who graduated last year. He was the Division IV MVP that graduated, the heart and soul of this team. 2,300 yards, I mentioned. 2nd down and 15. Marcusella with Angelini behind him, number 32.
Got to make sure to watch the sweeps.
There's the handoff to Angelini, and he's hit right away. Panthers come up quickly, make the hit. Number 44 looked like C.J. Pacheco.
Well, you know, pre-game we talked a little bit about what Holliston has to do, and one of the things they have to do is be able to make the tackle and finish the tackle when they get it. Don't have many missed tackles, and there was no missed tackle there, that's for sure.
3rd and 15 for the Warriors.
3rd and 15 for Foxborough. Marcusella back to pass, lets it go over the middle, incomplete. Intended again for Gordon on a little crossing pattern, and that'll bring up 4th down for the Warriors.
Well, right there, the Holliston coaching staff, Coach Athey, he brought a lot of players in, and there were 3 guys in that backfield. If Holliston's able to get inside that backfield, Tom, they're gonna have a lot of fun back there. So that's something that you got to kind of watch. You got to spread out a little bit so they don't get blocked. But if they get back there, they're going to be able to get to the quarterback. This is a great punter. You watch this kid punt.
Carpenter, I didn't see him punt in pre.
I saw him
assuming
punt.
It's good.
He's really good.
Carpenter's kick sort of wobbles.
Yep.
Looks like it's going to go out of bounds at the 21.
And right on cue, the Jay Wyman curse. You say he's
nice
really
job,
good.
Jay. Keep it going. Keep it going.
Yeah, you say he's really good, but he is. He's a really good punter. One of the things we talked about when he was out here, and he tried a lot of kick. He even tried one from 57 yards. I'm not sure if he made that or not. It was kind of tough for us to see here. But he did a lot of kicking. And I mentioned to you guys when he was doing that sometimes you do that a little too much. Your leg gets a little bit tired. So we'll see how that plays out through the night. But I'm going to tell you, that kid, he's going to D1 college. He's going to kick for somebody.
They marked the ball at the Panther 25-yard line, 1st and 10. 10:06 to go here in the first quarter, no score. Kiley to Harding. Harding tries the right side, breaks a few tackles and slides ahead for 7 or 8.
Nice run by Devin Harding.
Very nice run. Last year, Devin Harding ran for 681 yards and 8 touchdowns.
This Foxborough team, I told you, is very well coached, and they're very tough to deceive. It's going to be tough to deceive. But one thing I did notice, they sometimes they tend to over pursue a little, and when they do that, if you kind of run some kind of a misdirection, sometimes you can make some yardage on them.
Harding got 9 yards on that play. 2nd and 1 for the Holliston Panthers. They go to Harding again off the left side. Got some room. Cuts back. Got the first down. Picked up 4 yards.
Devin Harding on the carry again.
Well, he had a blocker in front, and the blocker made the block, and he kind of turned around to cut inside the block. I think if he cut outside, he might have had a shot at making some good yardage.
40-yard line of Holliston.
He's a good runner, though. Devin Harding, last year he did a nice job, too, for Holliston.
Ball all the way to the Holliston 40-yard line, 1st and 10.
And I like seeing this. I like seeing them come out and run the ball after last week. They're giving their offensive line an opportunity to really come out and make the first hit on the defense.
3 receivers to Kiley's right.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting call. This might be on Holliston, but we'll see.
It's going to be on Foxborough.
Foxborough
All
moved.
right. Okay. We'll take it.
So 2 quick penalties against the Warriors to start this game have not put them in a favorable position.
I saw the Holliston lineman get up, but it must have been after the player had crossed the line. And you are able to do that.
1st and 5 for Holliston.
For the Panthers.
3 receivers to Kiley's left, and McCarron split out on the right side. Kiley comes back, inside little pitch to Sweeney. Sweeney gets 10 yards, picks up another Panther first down.
Well, that's the first time we talk about Brady Sweeney tonight. Sorry, Brady. Brady Sweeney tonight, and he's special. You talk about some of these players for Foxborough being special. He's a special player, too, and he's a guy who you want to get the ball into his hands, whether it's on some kind of a sweep or get the ball up in the air. When it's a 50-50 ball, it's not with him. It's 100 and 0. So like that?
First down for the Panthers at the Warrior 46 as they cross midfield. 7:55 clock running here in the first quarter. Fake by Kiley, hits it to Dennison, wide open, and he's got some speed. Finally gets pulled out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Big gain for Andrew Dennison.
That was an exceptional fake by TJ Kiley, and that's what I was talking about a little bit. He faked it so well that over pursuing a little bit happened there, and that opened up the side. And when you get a guy like Dennison, you don't need much of a opening to get through there, and he used that great speed to get through and make a nice gain.
26 yards on the pitch and catch.
TJ Kiley was like, hey, defense, nothing in my hand.
Yeah.
Then flipped that out to Dennison. So 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Panthers are in the red zone. Harding, left side, got a hole. Breaks through into the second level. He's close to a first down.
Well, what I'm seeing right now is the Holliston offensive line playing very, very well. They've got some great technique, and they're opening up some nice holes. And again, when you get these very quick, fast backs that Holliston always has, you don't need to have the guy who pushes everybody 50 yards away. You just need to open that space wide enough for these quick backs to get through, and that's what's happening now.
2nd and 2 from the 12-yard line.
For the Panthers.
Fake to Harding. TJ rolls out. He's going to take it himself. Sidesteps a big hit, but it looks like he's got enough for the first down.
Yeah, first down. These tacklers, especially those linebackers, are really good tacklers. I saw them film on them last year, and they're really good. And you're going to be a little careful. TJ isn't the biggest guy out there, and he's going to have to be a little bit careful to, if he gets out in the field, get your first down, get down and slide, and stay out of harm's way.
So 1st and goal from the 8-yard line for Holliston on this second drive. And we've got a timeout by Foxborough with 6:02 to go here in the first quarter. We'll be back in just a moment. Okay, Panthers with a big 1st and goal from the 8 as they really drove the field from their own 20-yard line. 25.
I'm sorry, Tom. If you're going to pass here, you want to use Brady Sweeney or Dennison coming across and let TJ roll out and hit him.
3 receivers to TJ's right.
Well,
that might be defense again.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
They did defense cross first.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
The Holliston guy was banging his helmet,
I
but
know,
he was just a second behind the Warrior defender.
Yeah,
so it's going to be 1st and goal from the 5-yard line.
So now you got 1st and goal from the 5. Your offensive line's been playing pretty well. But the problem now is the safeties are going to be pulled up because they don't have a lot to cover. So we'll see if the Holliston offensive line can keep opening those holes.
They break the huddle. Loose huddle quickly. Kiley to Harding. Harding bounces it outside and in for the touchdown. Panthers! Devin Harding puts the Panthers on the board.
Well,
Devin Harding.
You got Devin Harding getting all the congratulations over there, but those 5 guys up front, 6 guys up front, you want to give them a lot of credit. That's a really nice job of blocking against a really good Foxborough team. 5:57 left to go in the half as Holliston lines up for the extra point.
That's number 30, last week's star. I'm looking at the wrong. Extra point is up and good. That's number 30 is Jack McElliott, the place kicker who scored the touchdown and then kicked the winning extra point against Franklin.
Yeah, he was the Kelly Leak. He was Kelly Leak out there at the end of the game. They said, let him score the touchdown on a nice pass by Landon Beecher. Let him score the touchdown with basically no time left, and then that tied the game at 21, and then he came out and kicked the extra point to win the game. So he got all 7 points there, and that's good to see for a youngster like him.
What a great drive by the Panthers. 80 yards. 5:57 to go in this first quarter, and the Panthers are on the board first, 7-0.
I'll tell you, as I told you earlier, I think the coaching staff, when they see stuff like the offensive line, and when they ran more, they were okay last week, but in the spread, they were they weren't quite what they should be. And they came out here tonight and showed what they can do. And I'm sure that a lot of that is coaching adjustments.
Now kicking off for the Panthers, number 8, Owen Zakshevsky. And he chips one into the secondary, taken at the 20-yard line with one of the upbacks, number 1. And he crosses the 30 to the 32.
Tyler Prescott on return for the Warriors.
Tyler Prescott.
You know, Prescott, he's on the receiving team there, you know, and you're not playing deep, you're not the deep man, and all of a sudden the ball comes right to you. It must be a great feeling. You can pick it up and just start running with it. You don't have to lateral it back or anything.
You're a little closer to those defenders,
though.
Yeah,
that's true. But they can't get as much of a head of steam up either. So.
We've seen really dangerous kicks that pop up into that secondary.
Absolutely.
They've got to call for a fair catch.
Cooper Olson on that last kickoff tackle.
Handoff to number 1. And that was Prescott, and he tries to go to the left side. He stopped for a loss.
Nice contain and nice tackle over there by Holliston. I want to see more of that. You know, they had a little bit of trouble with Natick, and they figured that out after 1 or 2 plays to the outside. And then last week the same thing. 1 or 2 plays to the outside for Franklin, and they figured that out too. This is a very good defense, very smart, very fast.
2nd down and 11. Marcusello with Prescott behind him. He goes to pass out to the flat. He connects with number 9, who's tackled right away by Andrew Dennison. Nice little help by Joey Gentile. Yep. Starting defense for the Panthers, number 8, Owen Zakshevsky up front with number 54, Captain Pierce Olachi, number 51, David Villa, and number 44, CJ Pacheco. Linebackers are number 9, Joey Gentile, number 12, Nick Larch, number 4, Cooper Olson, number 33, sophomore Lucas Bedenkoff.
Last year, the Panthers held defenses to 39% on 3rd down.
Marcusello throws it, and it's incomplete on 3rd down and 5.
That was tremendous coverage by Dennison. That was absolutely tremendous. He stayed right with the receiver, never hit him. A lot of times you see that loft go up, and the offensive guy turns his head, and the defender gets caught, and that's when you get a lot of these holding calls and stuff. But Andrew played that perfectly.
The other 2 members of the starting defense, number 1, Brad Andriola, and number 11, Brady Sweeney at free safety. So Carpenter, we're going to see his leg again, punting on 4th down. Back are Dennison and Cooper Olson. It's going to bounce to Dennison. He's going to let it go. I guess he heard a poison late on that call.
Well, you know, it's interesting. 1 block there, because there was only 1 player. 1 block there, and he picked that ball up. He was free to go. But you know what? Sometimes, what is the saying? Discretion is the better part of valor.
They always say that.
I only say it once in a while.
At the 22-yard line.
Well, they also say he who hesitates is lost. So
that's right.
We've seen some really crazy returns by the Panthers over the years.
4:52 left to go in the first half. First up 7-0.
1st and 10 from the 22. 4:52 left in the first quarter. Oh, did you just say that?
Yeah, that's okay.
Sorry. Repeat.
Echo. A lot of room over here to the left side. The offense.
Kiley to Harding. Harding blasts up the middle. He's got a 1st down and spins to almost the 35-yard line.
That's a nice run. You know, he's getting the blocking there, but he's also doing a nice job of getting in there. And once he gets by that first line, once he gets by his blockers, he keeps going, keeps pumping those legs. And when he's falling, he's always falling forward. And, you know, sometimes you say, well, what's the big deal about falling forward? Well, you know, you fall forward 4 or 5 times, and there's 12 or 15 yards in a drive, so it makes a big difference.
1st down at the 34-yard line.
Brady Sweeney's getting covered, single coverage out here.
Kylie hands off to Harding. Hits the left side pretty hard. He's forward for 4 or 5 yards.
See, that's exactly what I meant. That's a perfect example. He got hit right about at the 35-yard line, right there, and yet he used his balance to spring him forward, and he picks up 3 yards. That's a big difference.
2nd and 6 for the Panthers.
Morrison, and on the tackle for the Warriors. Along with Brandon Mazenkis O'Grady.
So Sweeney and Gentile to the left. Dennison and McCarron to the right.
Well, that one will be on the Panthers.
Devin Harding's getting anxious. Well, every time he grabs the ball, he sees green and runs through it. Panther offense opening big holes for number 3.
Yeah, that's what you got to avoid because, as I said at the beginning of the game, that's one of those things with like turnover. It's the same thing. You get a drive, you get going, you get feeling really good about yourself, and then if you make a little mistake like that, it sets you back.
So 2nd and 11. They go to Harding again. Boy, he just slices up inside, this time almost to the 40.
Harding on the carry.
Panthers were 37% on third downs last year for the season. See what they can do here.
So it'll be 3rd and 5 from the 30,
for the Panthers at their own
from the 39-yard line.
They pick up enough here, and they'll try for it on 4th down. Timeout, Holliston.
So the Panthers take a timeout with 2:31, leading 7-0. We'll take a quick break, too. Okay, Holliston with an important 3rd and 5 here. Let's see if they can convert. Sweeney wide left. Dennison to the right. Gentile in motion. Kylie back to pass. He fires to Harding. Harding's got the first down and more. Keeps his feet, and he is going. Chased down finally inside the 20-yard line. A huge gain for Devin Harding.
Well, let's show at the beginning of that play right there. TJ Kylie was going to get crushed.
Pummeled.
He knew he was going to get crushed. He held it to the very, very last quick second. He got the ball to Harding, and Harding did the rest. With some good blocking, by the way. Harding did the rest. Harding's having a huge night tonight.
48-yard reception on that play.
Devin Harding with 191 yards receiving last year.
And I didn't quite see if Foxborough was blitzing or if that was just somebody coming in.
Or they let him come in.
Or they let him, whatever. But boy, oh boy. Nice play by TJ to get that ball off.
1st and 10, ball at the 13-yard line of Foxborough. Holliston's in the red zone again. Kylie fake to Harding. Oh, he is caught. Upfield, with the little style points.
Yeah, that's kind of not allowed.
Yeah, surprised that didn't bring out a flag.
That was Tony Sullivan, and I
don't know. I guess
Tony Sullivan
because
quarterback sack.
He turned to his team. They probably figured that's all right.
Brings the ball back.
So big loss for the Panthers. Backs them all the way up to the 25-yard line. So it'll be second and 22 for Holliston. Kiley, quick drop, let him come in, inside to Brady Sweeney. He cuts it up inside the middle. Just gets behind the line. The linebackers are dropping off, and number 11 takes advantage.
One of the things I noticed in the Natick scrimmage, and we talked about it a little bit on the pregame show with the captains, I talked about this with TJ, is that it seems to me a lot of times now when these receivers are going over the middle, they're kind of opening up a little bit and kind of like boxing out like you do for a rebound in basketball. And Sweeney, you could say there, he kind of turned his shoulders just enough to give TJ that target. TJ took advantage of it.
So 3rd and 8 for Holliston. Sweeney and Dennison to the left. Handoff is to C.J. Pacheco, number 44, and he's keeping his feet, powering ahead. Offensive line pushing.
He might have got a first down there.
They might have driven that scrum for a first down. Let's see where the referees mark it.
Oh, no, I guess not. This will be 4th and 1, and that's the end of the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter, and the Panthers lead the Warriors 7-0. We'll be back with second quarter action in just a moment.
Just some first quarter stats for you. The Panthers just completely dominating that first quarter. 155 total yards of offense for the Panthers. Conversely, only holding the Warriors to 5 total yards in that first quarter.
I'd say that's domination.
Yeah, well, there's a long way to go, but it's a dominating first quarter. We'll give that to them, that's for sure.
Well, they're knocking on the doorstep right now with the ball on the 4-yard line.
Knocking on heaven's door right here, boys.
4th and 1. Let's see what Coach Kiley dials up for his offense. And I think we're seeing the War offense out with C.J. Pacheco on the right wing.
This is a great call.
Just sneak it in.
Right ahead it goes Nick Larch. And they might have driven in. Let's see the call.
No,
it's a first down, but short of the goal line.
So it's going to be 1st and goal at the 1.
That is such a great call by Coach Kiley. I mean, you got your offense, you're moving up and down the field. A lot of coaches would say, well, keep going. But he knows with this offensive line, really, who are playing exceptionally well tonight, but they really do a good job when they're playing the War offense. You got all those other blockers in there, and it makes a big difference.
Harding on the left wing, Pacheco on the right wing, Larch under center, and he goes forward, drives it.
False start.
False start on, yeah.
That'll back the Panthers up.
Offsides on the Panthers.
But they'll still have 1st and goal from the 6.
They'll push the ball out to the 6-yard line.
So now this is where you got to kind of think a little bit. You might bring your spread offense back out here. And that's exactly what they're doing.
Good call, Jay.
That's too bad because I think they had a touchdown there.
That quarterback sneak by Larch worked 3 times last year. So G.J. Kyler with Harding behind him. There's the handoff to Harding. He jumps the defender. He's inside the 5.
Probably like the 4.
Kevin Harding on the carry.
It'll be 2nd down and goal
Matt O'Keefe on the stop for the Warriors.
from the 4.
Tackle is made at the 4-yard line of the Warriors. 2nd and goal.
Holliston spread wide on both sides.
Kylie back to pass, goes to the corner. Incomplete. Intended for Gentile, I think. They'll bring up 3rd down from the 4. We've got to get this Warrior defense thinking pass or run.
Well,
trying to guess.
Right. What you have to do, like I said,
And on the coverage is Tony
they've been
Sullivan.
over pursuing,
Pass incomplete.
not
Third
in
and
bad
goal to
sense.
go
They're an
for
excellently
the Panthers.
coached defense, and they're very, very well. They're good players and everything, but they hustle to the ball, and they hustle to the ball all the time. And sometimes you can catch them with some kind of a reverse or a misdirection play somehow that will open up. Also, those plays also give the offensive line some good blocking angles.
Gentile comes across, Harding to his left. Kylie fires, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down and 4.
I think right there what TJ was doing is he was, that time I think he was throwing to a spot as opposed to throwing to a player.
4th and 4.
And
4th and goal
for some reason the player just didn't get there
for
quite
the
in time.
Panthers.
Well, it looked like he was a couple of yards. I think it was Sweeney. He was a couple of yards behind the play, and he got knocked off the ball. We got a timeout by Holliston with 10:29 to go in this first half. Panthers with a 4th down coming up. We're going to take a timeout. Fourth and goal from the 4. Holliston lines up in spread formation.
Yeah,
Kylie gets
that's
Foxborough
nice.
to jump again.
Well, you get
The
part of
hard
that-
count against Foxborough.
You get part of that penalty back, but you lose 5 yards on your penalty. They pick up 2, but we'll take it. We'll take anything we can. I wonder, sometimes in that thing you listen to the quarterback's cadence, and maybe TJ might be doing that with his cadence, being able to draw those guys off sides.
Well, TJ moved his shoulder. It looked like a hard count.
Yeah.
Last year, the Panthers were 18 of 36 on 4th down, exactly 50% conversion rate.
Harding to Kylie's left. 4th and goal from the 2. Kylie fires.
Oh, God!
Touchdown, Panthers!
There's a flag on the field. Not quite sure what that's going to be. Now, once that ball was tipped like that by the defender, then the players can all release. So I don't think it could be a lineman downfield.
after it's touched.
And Holliston doesn't look too happy here, so. Oh, offensive pass interference?
We have seen more offensive pass interference in
On the Panthers.
a game and a half than we've seen in 20 years.
When you say no penalties and no turnovers, these are penalties that are just as good as turnovers if you're the Foxborough defense, because you keep moving yourself back and
Ball spot at the Foxborough
just make it
11-yard
harder
line.
and harder for yourself.
4th and goal for the Panthers.
So 4th and goal from the 11 now.
Now, that's
Or
the
the
bad news. The good news is it gives them a little bit more operating room if you want to throw the ball. Oh, wait a minute. Nope, they're going to the 16.
Yeah, it was 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, that's what I
interference.
thought, yeah.
Yep.
So 4th and goal from the 16-yard line. Triple receivers to Kiley's left. McCarron tight to the right. Kiley back to pass, steps up in the pocket. Flag flies, goes to the end zone. Picked off.
But there's a holding, I think, on Holliston up here. But they're not going to give the ball up if that's against Holliston. They'll decline and take the ball.
So the Panthers do not convert a 1st and goal from the 1. They're going to wish they had that one back.
Yep.
So driving up and down the field on the 2nd and 3rd drives, but they leave empty-handed, and it'll be the Warriors on their own 20-yard line.
That's one of those momentum shifts that you see in games sometimes, and that Holliston defense has been playing really well, as has the offense. But the offense had a couple little issues there and didn't get in when they thought they could.
Intercepted by the Foxborough Warriors.
And now it's up to the defense to get the ball back.
Line. 1st and 10.
10:15 to go in this first half. Warriors catch a break. Handoff right away, but the defense like taking a vengeance out on that running back. Cooper Olsen, C.J. Pacheco.
Carry for the Warriors.
One of the things I'm seeing, Tom and Carlos, is that in this particular game, it looks like these defensive backs are coming up closer to the line, which I absolutely love. Because when that happens, you can do a couple things. You can hold up the receiver, and it makes the blocking, trying to figure out, well, is this guy going to blitz? Who's going to do what to who? And might make them make a mistake or so. But, they're going to have like Joey Gentile coming off the edge sometimes and let his receiver get taken by the safety.
Marcusello back to pass, lets one go, but the receiver checks up and the ball goes over his head. Second down and 9. So that'll bring up 3rd down for the Warriors.
And you can bet they're going to come now. Holliston have one of its blitz packages put in right here, specifically for this. The other thing we forget is it's only the first real game for these guys, and the quarterback is, a sophomore this year? So, even the very best of quarterbacks, when you're just starting out, sometimes have a couple things go wrong. So
Marcusello back to pass, throws it underneath to number 8, and he picks up the 1st down. So a little screen pass with some speed, and that was number 8. Nolan Gordon gets out to the 40-yard line for the 1st down.
Well, see, that's a smart call offensively, because when your quarterback is a little off throwing the ball downfield, what you want to do is have them throw the ball a little bit shorter. That helps them out.
On the 1st down for the Warriors, brings it out to the 41-yard line. He was brought down on that last play by Brady Sweetie. 1st and 10 for the Warriors.
Marcusello hands it off to number 1, Prescott. He dropped for a loss.
Great job by that defense. 9:10 left to go in this first half. Seems to be a long first half. I don't know. Is it just me?
There's Salachi.
Well, they had 3 timeouts.
Yeah, that's true.
For the Panthers.
3 timeouts and 4 penalties.
That Holliston front 7, Tom, is really doing a nice job of controlling the line of scrimmage.
2nd down and 12 after the loss. Ball's at the 38-yard line of Foxborough. Marcusello seems to be changing up the play, looking in, and we got 5 yards. And it looks like a little confusion for the sophomore signal caller.
Yeah, like I said, those things are going to happen. I mean, I'm sure, you have a guy like Jack Martinelli out there, you can trust that he's putting the right quarterback out there for his ball club.
Ball start by the Warriors. Pushes the ball back 5 yards.
This may be a kid maybe tonight in the first half he has a little few issues, and maybe he's great in the second half, or maybe he's great 3 games from now. But you know, I'm sure he's going to be a good quarterback.
2nd and 7 for Foxborough. 2nd and 17, excuse me.
This is when you can come.
Marticello,
Here they come.
drop. Oh, he's hit. A big sack by number 54, Pierce Alachi. Wow, he hit him hard.
And that's what you want to do, is you want to get that. You know, you Tom Brady fans know this better than anybody, right? If you're going to put pressure on Tom Brady, where does it got to come from to be successful? Up the middle. And that's exactly what Pierce did there. And that's where they can use your speed on that defensive line and the defensive front seven. They're very, very quick, very athletic.
So 3rd and 26.
Yeah, you want to keep the pressure on right here too. Just watch for the quick pass. Quick little dump pass.
Well, they might try that little pass to Gordon again. It looked like it was going to be a short pass. Marticello took a short drop. There he goes, a deeper drop. Throws it underneath.
To nobody.
Nice job defending that one. And that'll bring up 4th down and 26 for the Warriors.
You know, you kind of tell with both teams having some
down for the Warriors.
really tough penalties in this first half, and that, you know, that's going to happen. It's opening game. It's the first game of the year, and it's a big game in the division. This is both Division 4 teams. It's a big game for both of these clubs.
So Dennison and Andriola go back to receive the punt from Carpenter.
Andrew Dennison.
Ooh, he almost got
Carpenter gets a good kickoff, a spiral, and it's taken by Andriola at the 32-yard line. Fair catch.
Down at the
well, if you notice, just on that punt up over Andriola's shoulder, I see a big moon up there, the big orange moon. Where's Steve Hedrick?
Oh, Steve Hedrick, your moon. You get a shot of that, Bruce.
He would take that camera back in the day, and he pointed that moon. And pretty much stay there most of the night.
A Steve Hedrick moon for sure.
Winners receive 1/2.
He's watching from his recliner right now.
It's announced at halftime of this game.
So 7:21 left in the half as the Panthers start their 4th offensive drive.
Now, this is kind of an important drive for Holliston. You know, if you want to make a statement, you're going to have to get down there and score. You want to be up, always trying to be up by at least 2 or 3 possessions.
32-yard line.
Hand off to Dennison on the sweep, the jet sweep. And he does not pick up positive yardage. Nice pursuit by the Warriors.
Very well covered by the Warriors. He did a nice job on that. And that's, you know, Andrew Dennison's a tough ball carrier and very, very quick, very fast. So to be able to get a hold of him, that's a big plus for them. 2nd and long.
2nd and 12 for Holliston.
Loss of about a yard on that play.
Clock's rolling.
2nd and 11.
6:50 left to go in the half.
Kiley, quick pitch.
Double pass.
Gentile throws it to Sweeney.
Yeah.
Complete. Right in front of the Red Sea, who's got a whiteout tonight as they cheer their number 11. But Gentile connects, and the Panthers are into Warrior territory for a 3rd drive in a row.
See, that's what I was talking about. You know, a lot of guys, that's a 50-50 pass. But with Brady Sweeney, for some reason, he always wins that. He always wins it. Nicely done.
So it'll be 1st and 10 at the Warrior 40.
And, you know, there's another little wrinkle now that, you know, the defensive backs and the outside backers and stuff, they got to start thinking, well, what's going on here? How many different things can they do down here?
Trip receivers to TJ's right. Harding to the left side.
Great run.
Skips out of 1 tackle. Looks like he picked up 4 or 5.
Just a great run. You know, that should have been stopped at the line of scrimmage. He had a block or 2 there in front of him, it looked like, but he just
he just stepped out of it. He's
4, 5 yards every time.
He's got a strong, wiry build.
2nd and 6.
Yeah, you
Not the Warrior 36.
nothing against him. You wouldn't see he's not a 250-pound power back, or anything like that. But he's going to hit you before you hit him.
2nd down and 6 for Holliston. Harding, right side.
Look at
bounces
that.
it out.
Look at that.
Picks up more positive yardage once he was in 42 Lincoln Moore's arms. That's driving forward.
That's one of those, if we're ESPN or something, we're up here talking about the yaks, the yard after catch, yard after run, yard or whatever. It doesn't matter. But you're
yard
talking about
after
it.
contact.
And yard after contact. Thank you. And he did a really nice job with that. He got hit. He got the block. He got by the block. He got hit. And he took the ball and fell forward. And again, those 2 or 3 yards, that makes a big difference.
3rd and 2, 4:17 to go in the half. Panthers lead 7-0.
4 down territory, by the way.
Kiley to Harding. He's gone. Right big. Follows Gentile right up the middle. 1st down and 10 more on top of it.
See what he does? He puts his hand on the blocker's back. It was Joey Gentile at the time. Puts his hand on his back and he can kind of direct them from there. If he pushes him to the left, that means hit the guy to the left, and I can go this way. And he has the ability to see that as he's running.
So 1st and 10 for the Panthers at the 20-yard line, or the 19-yard line.
Clock still rolling there with ball. So snapped, it'll be under 3:40 left to go in the half.
So they're in the red zone for the 3rd time tonight. Kiley to Pacheco. Pacheco bounces it out, and he slips a tackle.
On the carry.
Number 73 hitting himself in the helmet. Can't believe Pacheco got away from him.
Well, he got caught. CJ got caught behind the line of scrimmage. That was going to be a loss, and he just wiggled his way around there and used his strength in his legs to pick up that yardage. And they give him they moved the thing a little bit, and it looks like maybe a 3-yard pickup almost.
Well, we'll call it
2.5, long 2.
2nd and a long 7.
This offensive line, Tom and Carlos, this offensive line has just really played so well.
Around. Hands that on to number 6 on the end around.
Yep.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers! Andrew Dennison from 18 yards out.
That was one of those kind of a misdirection type thing that I talked about earlier. That the thing with Andrew, you get him to the outside, and he's just incredibly hard to stop. That's why when they stopped him down here earlier in this drive, I said it was such a big deal because a lot of times you can't stop him that way. He's a very good runner, knows what he's doing, very quick, very elusive, and very, very fast. He gets by you, he's gone.
So number 30, Jack McElliott lines up for the next extra point. High snap, gets it down, and it is good. It sneaks across the bar. Not pretty, but with 2 minutes and 32 seconds to go in the first half, the Panthers are on the board again, and it's 14-0 Holliston.
Well, old Jack, he's saying, I don't care what it looks like, but be ugly as you can. They don't put pictures in the scorebook.
Gritty, not pretty.
That's right. 2:32 left to go in the first half. A half that so far has been dominated by the Holliston front 7 on defense and the Holliston front 5 on offense.
That's been the story of the game.
Yeah.
Holliston has really dominated the line of scrimmage.
We saw against
surprisingly.
Franklin. Yeah, well, we saw against Franklin that Holliston they still won even without that line. Now you get that line working, and they can chew up the clock and eat up time and everything. And that also helps your defense, if you don't let them on the field that much. It's a big thing.
What's the yard differential now, Lowe's?
228 to 15.
Shevsky kicking off for the Panthers.
Zakshevsky with the kick, pops it up. It's going to drop at the 15 and fumbled around by number 4.
Oh. I hate when that happens.
He gets tackled at the 20.
A lot of times when that happens, you kind of fumble the ball around, and the coverage outruns the ball, and the guy picks it up and gets a big return. They were lucky right there that he didn't have a big return.
Slew of Panthers.
So things aren't going right for Foxborough. They've got to right this ship.
Well, this is where, we talked about in last week, one of the things that Holliston did was they learned how to win last week. This is another place where you got to learn how to win. You got to stop them here. You got to stop them here from scoring. You cannot let them score here. You got to go in with that 2-possession lead because they're going to get the ball at the Foxborough gets the ball at halftime.
Mark Usello with the handoff hit right away. Joey Gentile and C.J. Pacheco.
There you go. And once again, you talk about athleticism and speed. Those two guys right there.
Their straight handoff run game has not gone anywhere.
And they're not hitting these guys after they cross the line of scrimmage. They're hitting these guys behind the line of scrimmage. That's impressive.
What's the rushing yards of the Warriors?
Warriors have 13 yards rushing.
2nd and 12 for the Warriors. Down to 1:51 to go in the half. Mark Usello on the jet play.
Oh, great
and
play.
Holliston.
That's how you play the end, right there. Who was that? Was that Gentile?
I think that was Sweeney that came up.
But I mean, who? I think
he was setting
Joey.
the edge, number 11.
But Joey Gentile.
Gentile was out there too.
Yeah, he played off that block beautifully and was able to come by and make the tackle.
And with the loss on the play, Coach Kiley takes a timeout with 1:32. So we're going to take a quick break. All right, this defense is playing with some confidence right now. 3rd down and 16.
And you got to be aggressive here. You might want to say, well, let's play back and be aggressive. Keep going at him. Keep going at him because you want him to throw an incompletion and stop the clock.
Mark Usello goes down the middle of the field.
Oh, what a great pass.
A nice pass by Mark Usello. Just drifted in.
Pass is complete.
And the nice catch there by number 8. Nolan Gordon brings it into Panther territory.
Greatly played.
So it looked like the Warriors were all backed up and were going to be forced to punt again. And a nice timing.
Warriors pick up a 1st down right inside.
Nice touch throw by Mark Usello.
Mark
Usello again, short toss inside to Gordon.
Gordon again on the catch.
That was a pass. He might get talked to a little bit about that pass because when he threw that ball, there was a Holliston guy right there. They're very lucky that his offensive player came across and made the catch.
2nd and 6 for the Warriors.
2nd and 6 for Foxborough.
45-yard line.
Mark Usello again to pass. Looks deep. Lets it go. Over even Brady Sweeney. That'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
44 seconds left to go.
Mark Usello's pass intended for Tony Sellum. It's incomplete. Third and 6 for the Warriors.
Ball's at the Panther 45-yard line. So they're almost in Carpenter's zone.
Yes, that's a great point. Carpenter from here, yeah, maybe the 40.
I mean, they're almost in the zone.
They're almost there. Tom, you got to keep coming. You got to keep coming. You got to keep the pressure on. Okay, you got beat once. That's okay. Just don't get nickel and dime to death. Go get him. Go get him right now. Here they come.
Here they come. Mark Usello. Here comes the blitz. Push him out of the pocket. And Pacheco pushes him out of bounds. Short gain, but he'll stop the clock with 37 seconds to go.
Well, what that did was.
But it brings up fourth down.
Fourth and about 2, right? Which is absolutely makeable if they want to. But what it did was it saved a timeout for Holliston.
But their best play is down the field. And it's a penalty against Holliston for the first down.
Yep.
So first down at the 36. Foxborough's got 37 seconds
to
work with here in the first half.
You obviously don't want to give them the first down, but what that does do is it gives Holliston a chance to kind of catch their breath here and go after quarterback right here.
Marcusello, deep drop, tries to shovel pass up inside.
Keep him in. Oh.
And nice little catch out of bounds. Looked like he picked up 6 or 7.
Now they're in range.
Lincoln Moore on the catch and carry.
Kicker.
Clock stop was with 34 seconds. How'd that only take 3 seconds, that play?
Moore brings it inside the 30-yard line down to the Holliston 28-yard line.
That was the fastest play in football history. Second and 1 for Foxborough. Marcusello chased out of the pocket. Incomplete. He's trying to rush the ball. He was under a lot of pressure from.
Well, that's what he's got to do, Tom. Holliston's got to keep him under pressure.
Pass intended for Lincoln Moore is incomplete.
The other thing they can do is they can take away the passing lanes a little bit when they come in. If they're not going to get to them, get those hands up, take away those passing lanes.
I think I swallowed a fly.
Yeah, how was it?
Warriors are 2 of 6 on third down tonight.
Third down. That was Angelini. He gets the first down, and we got a timeout to stop the clock.
Warriors.
26 seconds to go.
Picks up a first down.
We'll take a quick break and be right back.
Time.
All right, big times for the Panther defense. Warrior offense starting to show some life. 26 seconds to go. First and 10 from the 25. Marcusello rolls out and looks at right into the face. Oh, and Angelini right off his hands.
Holliston has got to get their hands up when they get that close. You absolutely have to. I mean, that would have been a big first down and maybe even more. When they get that close, they had 3 guys on the quarterback now. That's good. That's great. You're breaking in, but you can't let him get the ball off. Don't let him get the ball off. You're bigger than he is. Get your hands up and take away those passing lanes.
So the incompletion only took 6 seconds off the clock. 20 seconds to go. Here, second down and 10 from the 24-yard line.
You might watch a sweep here, too. You got to be a little bit careful. Or maybe some kind of a
Lincoln Moore
screen.
comes in, number 42.
Here's a blitz.
Marcusello fires down the middle. Covered by Nick Large. Incomplete.
Well, Holliston,
And we're down to 15 seconds left on third down.
Holliston on that blitz came right up the middle, right kind of a little bit off tackle between tackle and guard, and that was able to put the pressure on the quarterback up the middle, and again, that's what you want to do.
So clock stop with 15 seconds to go. It's third down and 10. Ball's at the 25.
This will be interesting to see if they don't get this first down, if they kick.
Well, I think Coach Martinelli thinks it's money in the bank with his kicker Carpenter.
But that's a big.
But the Panther defense is going to have to say something about that. Here they come
again.
Up the middle. Incomplete. Tried for Gordon across the middle. They've tried that play a couple of times. Maybe too much traffic in there.
And
here comes Carpenter.
Yep.
And so with a 4th down and 10 with 11 seconds to go, captain number 15, Sam Carpenter, buttons up the chin strap and brings his leg out onto the field.
This will be a 41-yard attempt.
41-yard attempt. They got to hope they can block this. Holliston defense is coming. Carpenter's set. Ball's down. Kick is up.
Oh,
Deflected and blocked. And it's no good.
5 seconds left for Holliston.
So Nick Larch, number 12, jumping around like he got that one. Or Andrew Dennison. One of them got their hands on it. There's 5 seconds to go.
I'll tell you, this defense is just.
I think it might have been Dennison.
Really special.
Andrew Dennison, number 6.
You know, you do it against Natick in a scrimmage, okay. Then you come in and you do it against Franklin in a real game situation, even though the game didn't count. That's pretty impressive. Then you come here and you shut these guys out in the first half in their home field. This is a very good Foxborough team. You talked about it earlier where they're ranked. This is impressive. Let's hope they can keep this up through the second half. They're really playing well.
1st and 10.
So Holliston's going to war. I think
They're on 25
with
yard
5
line.
seconds, I'd say tap the center and go. See if that works. Foxborough's just standing up, but Nick Larch takes a knee. And so the team's going to the locker room. Holliston, 14. Foxborough, 0. We'll be back for second half action in a few moments. And now Carlos Canto with Los's halftime lowdown.
Thanks, Tom. The score at halftime, Holliston leading 14-0 over the Foxborough Warriors. The game is probably a little closer on the scoreboard than the stats would indicate. Holliston just dominating, in all facets of this game. 227 yards of total offense for the Panthers, only 64 for Foxborough. That's 127 yards passing for the Panthers, 74 for the Warriors, and 100 even yards rushing for the Panthers, negative 10 yards of rushing offense for Foxborough. That's really the story of this game. TJ Kiley, he's 5 of 9 for 98 yards. And Joey Gentile in there with a completion as well. Devin Harding, leading rusher, with 71 yards. Brady Sweeney, the leading receiver, with 52 yards. Devin Harding has 49 yards as well. For more stats and information on the Holliston Panthers, you can follow us on Twitter at HCatFootball, and that's the lowdown.
Okay, number 8, Owen Zakshevsky gets ready to kick off.
Owen Shevsky will kick it off for the Panthers. Back to the
Pops
Warriors.
one into the second level, bounces at the 18. And the ball's on the ground. Holliston's got it. So Panther ball. I didn't even see who got their hand in there, but somebody must have stripped the ball.
I did not see it either. The big scrum there, and all of a sudden the ball came out.
As Sulaham, no. It's Jaden Becker, number 4. He holding his head. But there wasn't a big hit on the play.
At the 27-yard line of the Warriors.
Somebody got his hand in there. Well, the Panthers are in business.
They're in business, and one of the things you want to do sometimes in this is score as quickly as you can and really take the momentum. See how Holliston plays this. This is the old Johnny Unitas thing, as soon as they get a turnover, boom, they went deep. We'll see if Holliston does it.
1st and 10 from the Warrior 27. TJ, short drop, fires deep to the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers! Right on our ears.
Well,
playbook, Jay.
Yeah, that's
Johnny Unitas playbook. What the heck?
That's the way you got to do it. You got to kind of come out. You don't want to give them a chance to feel good about themselves by making a sack or some tackles or something, and that's what you want to do coming out of the half and getting that score.
27-yard touchdown.
McElliott with the kick.
Whoa, he looks good
and
tonight.
This is good. 3 for 3, number 30.
Extra point.
He looks very
good.
good.
And with just 16 seconds gone in this second half, the Panthers have scored again and gone ahead 21-0.
Well, great job by the kickoff team. You got to do that. You got to pull. Once that guy gets stopped, another guy's going to come out. You got to pull at the ball. You got to go punch at the ball. Do whatever you can to get that ball out there.
Well, that reminds me of the Needham game last year.
Yes.
After the Panthers scored, Needham got the kickoff, fumbled the ball on their own 30. Holliston punched it right back in the end zone. Andrew Dennison with his second touchdown of the game. TJ Kiley with his first touchdown pass of the season.
Now, Tom, you've got to be careful. You don't get too right here. You want to. A lot of times, what guys will do after something like that is they're going to go for the ball. Keep your lane. Don't let them do anything. Keep your lane and go down there and make the tackle.
Zakshevsky pounces it up at the 30.
They got it. Holliston got it.
Holliston recovered the quick kick. Well, not a quick kick, but he punched it into no man's land.
Yeah.
And the Foxborough Warriors turned away from it to start blocking. Holliston went right after the ball.
I'm not sure, but you can make a case for that might have been called that way. They might say, if they have a wide opening like that, we have tremendous speed going down that field, Tom. You're going after that ball, and Foxborough was a little bit late getting off there.
Well, once the ball goes over your head, the blockers usually
Right.
turn and start running away, so they're not looking for the ball, they're looking for somebody to knock off the ball. But needless to say, the Panthers are in business at the 20-yard line in the red zone again tonight.
This is big now. Once again, you can't let the other team off the hook. You've got an opportunity here. You've got to take advantage of it.
Kiley hands off to Harding. He gets caught at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Devin Harding.
As the game goes on, as time goes down, what happens is a defensive team will tend to pursue even more and show some openings every so often. This is an opportunity for some kind of a misdirection play here, or maybe even a screen pass. Although they read the screen pass very well. Those linebackers did a nice job for Foxborough.
Panthers with tight trips to the right of the formation. Fake to handoff to Harding. There's sort of a delayed handoff.
Harding on the run.
Picked up 4 yards. So it'll be third down and 6.
Stop for the Warriors.
From the 16.
Pickup of about 4 in that play.
You know, Holliston inside of a minute got the ball twice here at the half.
For the Panthers.
That's really, really something.
I mentioned the Needham play. That was 2 touchdowns by Devin Harding in 18 seconds. They almost beat that record if they had scored there.
They got a lot. They may have to call a timeout here because last thing you want to do is get a penalty.
Yeah.
And they do as the clock winds down. Timeout Holliston. So 21-0 Panthers with 10:04 to go in the third quarter. We're going to take a quick break. Third and 6 for the Panthers.
Remember, this is 4 down territory, so they really don't, if you don't get the first down here, it's not so bad.
Kiley, short drop, throws into the flat to Harding. Harding evades one tackler.
He's just amazing.
And he falls forward. It looks like he's got a first down.
He just did a jump step that he's just amazing. That got him the first down.
So it's going to be first and goal for the 9-yard line as Harding moves the chains.
Picks up the first down.
First and goal from the 9.
Brought down by Andrew Finn, along with Lincoln Moore.
This is where the Warriors have been good on defense.
At the Warrior 9-yard line.
Hand off to Harding. Harding pushes away right through. Number 3 scores. Touchdown, Panthers.
If you see the replay of this at some point, if we can get the replay of that hole opened up so wide, it was just amazing. Of course, Devin, went right through it and was able to pull the defender in for a touchdown. That hole just opened right up. Just amazing.
So Devin Harding with his second touchdown of the game.
Blocked.
McElliott's extra point is no good.
Point after attempt is blocked by the Warriors.
But the Panthers lead 27-0. With 9:17 to go in the third quarter.
You know, Tom, we had mentioned a little bit it was when when Foxborough was marching at the end of the first quarter, we had mentioned that, you know, if they come in and score now and then they get the ball back and they can score again, well, what happened is they didn't score. Not only did they didn't score, Holliston got the ball back twice before Foxborough even has a chance to handle it, and they still haven't handled it.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I mean, Holliston scored with 2 minutes to go just before the half, and then 2 touchdowns right here in 2.5 minutes. I don't know if Zakshevsky, whether they called that ahead of time or he must have seen something.
I don't know. I mean,
it bounced in a lot of green area.
They were lined up the way they're lined up now, so it just could kick somewhere where nobody went for it. It was just pretty amazing. And that Holliston going, like I said, Holliston held their lane like I talked about, went right down the field and got the ball.
There's the kick all the way to the 20-yard line. Panthers cover it out at the 30-yard line, and that's where the Warriors will start.
So now, you know, the thing about playing a team with a coach like Jack Martinelli, you know, he's not going to get nervous about this. You know, he's going to take his time. He's going to go back. He's going to say, okay, what was our game plan? We'll stay with our game plan. We still have well over a quarter and a half here to go. You know, you are down 4 possessions, but, you know,
you got to get your offense in gear.
You got to get going. You got to get going. You got to start making first downs before you start throwing the ball around for scores.
Quick hitter to Prescott.
Prescott on the carry.
He picks up 3.
Tackled by Brady Sweeney.
And again, here, you know, with Holliston, you got to, you know, make sure that you keep the play within. If they do score, you don't want them to, but if they do, make sure that they eat up 6 or 8 minutes going down the field. Don't let them get anything quick.
2nd and 6. Prescott again, this time not so much room. That was Joey Gentile at the bottom of the pile who got a hold of him.
Joey's having a nice night defensively, and he also threw a pass to Brady Sweeney. And they're letting him go. You know, I'm not sure. At some point, I'm going to talk to Coach Athey about that. If they're automatically letting him go, if they give him, you know, you can make up your own mind whether you're going out, or if they're specifically calling plays for him.
Joey Gentile's got 5 tackles in this game.
Be 3rd and 5.
Oh, that's
another 5 yards against Foxborough.
Yep.
Well, there's been a lot of first night jitters kind of mistakes, but more mistakes against the Warriors than against the Panthers.
Warrior penalty pushes the ball back.
Be 3rd down and 9. They're going to mark it.
Holliston looks like Holliston brought in another linebacker now.
Yeah, they've got three
men
down
up front.
linemen. They've gone to a 3-5.
Nice call.
Mark Usello back to pass, fires underneath, looking for Gordon. Pacheco is right there.
Well, I'll tell you,
he had his hands up right in front of Gordon.
You know, the sophomore quarterback, he's gotten the ball several times right into somebody's hands, and they dropped right there. He could have caught that ball. He didn't catch the receiver. Could have caught that ball.
Pacheco was intercepting him at the time. He sort of T-Rex armed it,
short armed it. But still, you got to catch that ball. You're receiving, and that's happened 3 or 4 times. That's not going to give the sophomore a lot of confidence.
So 4th down, Carpenter back to punt. Andriola and Dennison back for the Panthers.
Dennison back for the Panthers.
Nice kick by Carpenter, drives Dennison all the way back to the 20. But he finds a little green in front of the Panther bench. And he's out to the 40-yard line. Nifty little 20-yard return.
Well, that's what we talked about on the kickoff. That sometimes if that thing gets fumbled around a little bit or something happens, the team coming down, the kicking team sometimes overruns the situation, over pursues, and you can get out. And, you know, that's where a kid like Dennison can, you know, he's going to do good things for you anyway. He doesn't need any extra help, that's for sure.
39-yard line of Holliston.
Couple of touchdowns tonight for number 6. Tight trips to the right. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Handoff to Harding. He slips away.
Oh, boy. He was one missed tackle right there away from going
Harding
probably all the way.
He was just about to slide out of that tackle before the defensive back came up. 2nd down and 5. Or let's see what they're going to mark it. Oh, they only mark him for a 3-yard gain.
Pickup of about 4.
Or 4 yards. 2nd and 6.
Holliston here would like to obviously score, but it wouldn't be bad if they picked up 3 or 4 first downs before they did and run some time off this clock. 6:35 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Almost halfway through the 3rd.
Referee's got his arm up. There's only 10 seconds. They've got to move it. Low snap. TJ. He gets dropped for a loss.
Well,
that wasn't his fault.
That was not his fault, and not only was it not his fault, the way they were coming in right there, it's very lucky that TJ was able to get down and recover that ball, because the last thing you want to do is give these guys that little bit of hope, that little momentum change.
Right.
Keep it down, 3rd down. Worst case, if you don't get it, you get the punt away. But, I'm looking, haven't seen Brady too much tonight, especially that play where he comes over the middle. See if they do something to that kind of effect.
Panthers have been good on 3rd down tonight, 3 for 5.
Thank you, Lewis. TJ back to pass, steps up in the pocket, looks across the middle, low pass to Brady Sweeney.
He got it.
And they're going to...
Yes.
No?
Did he say he hit?
No, they're calling it incomplete.
Oh, incomplete.
Incomplete.
That was the right play.
Almost got it. Too. So 4th down and 10.
Yeah, you got a kick here.
And out will come the punt team for the first time tonight. Number 15, Kevin Sahajian, does the punting for Holliston.
I'll tell you what, if they had maybe about 3 or 4 more yards here, I would run a fake punt. But I wouldn't do it now. It's a long way to go, and they're up playing for the fake.
TJ Kiley will punt for the Panthers.
Oh, boy, short punt.
Sahajian's punt is short and takes a Warrior bounce. And scooped up by Zakshevsky, but that only went 9 yards.
For the Panthers.
5:09 left to go in the 3rd quarter here.
At the 48-yard line of Holliston, where the Warriors will take over.
So the Warriors are in Panther territory. Ball's at the 48 with 5:09 to go in the 3rd quarter. Marcusello fires. Looking for Gordon. Dennison was there. Incomplete.
Somebody got in there for Holliston too.
Marcusello's pass intended for Gordon is incomplete.
And it almost looked like when on the
Dennison in on the coverage for Holliston. 2nd and 10.
It almost looked like a bull rush by the Holliston defense.
Yeah.
Drive that offensive player back.
Marcusello again to throw.
Oh.
Has to go high because
who was that?
44. Pacheco.
Pacheco had his hands up.
He did. Perfectly played right there. That's what you want to do. Make that quarterback just have to make some kind of a quick adjustment, and it throws off his ability to throw a strong pass. Nicely played by Pacheco. I love when these players do that.
He played linebacker for the Panthers last year, and now he's got Both hands down on the ground, doing a great job.
And again, great speed and athleticism.
Try to set up a screen, but the Panthers
read it.
Were ready for
Read
that.
it. And again, I'm going to say number 44, Pacheco. He started going in, and he noticed what was happening, and he backed off. And he and a couple other players got right in the way there, and didn't allow the.
When your defensive end reads a screen pass, you're in trouble.
That's especially when it's to his side.
On to punt
So
for the Warriors.
Back to punt again.
Sam Carpenter.
Timeout Foxborough here on 4th down. And so with the Panthers leading 27-0 with 4:54 left in the third quarter, we'll take a quick break.
and let that offensive line continue to control the game.
So 1st and 20 for the Panthers, all the way back at their own 35.
Yeah.
TJ Kiley.
That
seems to be at will. He can make those
in
Warriors jump.
In all fairness, that should really be against the quarterback. I don't think you can jump, like that. I see he jumped towards him. I guess they let him do it. If they let people do that, that's fine. But I know if Holliston got called for one of those, and I saw the other team's quarterback do that, I'd be upset.
So they move the penalty 5 yards, 1st and 15 for Holliston. Kiley back to pass. Got the screen set up to Harding. Harding continues to push forward, and he leans out. He's almost back to the original line of scrimmage. So it'll be 2nd and 11.
That was really well defended by Foxborough. Just one man down there against 3 Holliston players, and he was able to grab on and hold on. And
Harding brings it out to the 45
Harding was able to get a couple more yards out of it, but nicely done by the Foxborough player on that play.
2nd and 11 for the Panthers.
Plenty of room on the right. TJ can roll that way.
Kiley steps up, gets away from a tackler, and throws it into the flat.
Let's see what this is now. That may be a legal forward pass because it didn't reach. Yep, it didn't reach the down marker. Yeah, illegal forward pass. That's a loss of down, too. So you get the penalty.
It'll be
and
3rd down and 11.
Intentional grounding. Penalty called on the Panthers.
See, you got to throw that ball. He's out of the tackle box. That's fine. Check that point off. But then you got to get the ball downfield.
3rd and 21 it'll be once they mark off the penalty. Which is fair. That's where the sack would have been.
Yep. 2:22 left to go in the third.
Ball spotted right around the
third quarter that's been
line
filled with a lot of interesting penalties and turnovers and everything else.
Quarter started out fast, but it slowed down.
What are we doing here now? Got too many men on the field? Yep.
Foxborough's got 12.
Nice call.
Too many men on the field for the Warriors.
Well, it's still going to be 3rd and long.
3rd and long for the Panthers.
3 receivers to Kiley's left. They look.
Oh, what a great
Sweeney.
tackle.
Brady Sweeney on the catch.
And he is tackled by number 5,
Sullivan.
Captain Tony Sullivan.
That was a great defensive play right there. He was all by himself, and there was a lot of blockers out in front of Brady. Nicely done.
Becker and Sullivan back for the Warriors.
TJ Kiley's going to be back for the punt.
No, it's a Hagen, isn't it?
No, they just swapped him out.
Tied? Oh, really? Uh-oh.
Kiley will punt it for the Panthers.
Fake punt?
Kiley's kick.
Oh, wow.
Sails all the way to the 32. Foxborough's lucky to cover it up before long snapper. That's Rob Collier. Number 40 you got down there quickly.
That was a nice punt.
Yeah.
I thought when he went in there it was going to be a fake. 1:30 left.
You think everything's going to be a fake.
Well, it should be.
Punt is fielded by the Warriors and down to the 30-yard line where they'll start.
That's why these coaches are down there and I'm up here. Okay, 1:30 left to go in the third.
1st and 10, Foxborough from their own 30. Mark Husel hits him on the numbers. Tony Solham, number 5. Mark Usella hit him right on the money.
Now,
right in stride.
A couple things with that, and one of the things I talked about in the other game is that Holliston can play their defensive back, limping there a little bit, can play their defensive backs a little bit closer to the receivers because they can come back and take them down from behind.
That was a 45-yard gain for the Warriors.
Finally puts them over the century mark. They have 116 yards for the game.
Mark Usella goes.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Warriors!
Touchdown, Warriors!
Wow, that's a nice play. That was a really nice catch, too.
Usella's 24-yard pass. It's the number 8, Nolan Gordon.
And that was there was a pass interference call on the Holliston defender there too, so they didn't need that on the catch and the touchdown.
Point after attempt is Sam Carpenter. Shane Henry on the hold.
Kick is up and good by Carpenter.
You know, one of the great things about football, you can sit back and you can talk about what should they do this, should they do that, and how does the score figure out and everything else.
54 seconds left in the third
one of the
quarter.
things there is, I wondered if they scored a touchdown, would you go for 2?
Panthers.
And go for 2, and then if you scored 3 touchdowns, now you get 24 points, and you get a kicker that can kick from the 40-yard line and in. I don't know, just kind of thinking that way a little bit.
That's deep into your football strategy right there, Dave.
Yeah, well, you got to think about it because, you may have a chance to score 2 more touchdowns, and if you do and you kick the 2 extra points, then you try and kick a field goal, it doesn't matter.
A nice connection with Solham for 45 yards and then 25 yards to Gordon from Mac Usella. A couple of nice pitches. And the Warriors are on the board. Holliston 27, Foxborough 7. Just 54 seconds left in the third quarter finally.
Andreola and Dennison back for the Panthers.
Carpenter blasts it away.
Out of here.
It's almost good.
That's the leg we saw
Carpenter
before the
takes
game.
it out of the end zone.
Wow.
Holliston will start first and
He
10
pounded that one.
at their own 20-yard line.
But it doesn't matter. Holliston still gets the ball, the same spot they would have got it if he didn't pummel it. Okay, so now you're Holliston. You've been kind of maybe slapped a little bit and woken up a little bit, and let's get down to business. Let's take this game, and we got to finish it out. We got to finish the game just like they did against Franklin. That's how you learn how to win. You come down here, you take control of the game. Let that offensive line, who's just been playing sensational all night, let them take advantage of their situation. Drive the ball down, eat the clock, get another score, and we can all go home.
I like that idea, Jay. Is that what Johnny Unitas would do? 1st and 10 for the Panthers from their own 20. Kiley to Harding. Harding keeps his feet. He crashes into the first down marker.
Harding on the carry.
I think in that situation, Hardy beats the first down marker. What do you think? I think Hardy takes on the first down marker. My money's on Hardy.
I agree, Jay.
Devin Harding very close to 100 yards. He's got 95 on the night. 2 touchdowns to go with him.
And he's got some receiving yards, too.
He does. 61 yards through the air.
remember you talked about Zach Elkinson and the great night he had in that playoff game. You know, I think Devin heard you, and he said, I can do that.
So 1st and 10 as they give Harding the first down at the 30-yard line.
Harding picks up the first down on that carry.
46 seconds left in the third quarter. Harding again.
Whoa. Whoa.
Big hit.
Wow.
By number 42. But not before Harding picked up 6 yards.
Harding on the carry.
That was Lincoln Moore.
Yeah,
Lincoln Moore.
that was Lincoln Moore. And he said, hey, Devin, welcome to the party. But I think that probably puts Devin over 100 yards now rushing.
6-yard gain for number 3.
Yeah, he's got 101 now.
Nice.
And the clock's just going to run out here on the third quarter, mercifully. And that'll do it. So the Panthers lead 27-7. And we'll be back with fourth quarter action in just a moment.
27-5.
Got some stats for us, Carlos?
Yeah, as we start the fourth quarter, Foxborough is starting to find their groove on offense. They have 140 total yards. Most of that's through the air, 144. Still negative yards rushing for the Warriors.
2nd and 4 for Holliston as they change directions, and we start the fourth quarter. Kylie to Harding. Harding just follows the Pierce-Olachi block, and he's out near another first down.
I wish we'd get a hold of Coach Perry and ask him, what he said to that offensive line or what they told this offensive line, because this is a totally different group than last week. And again, last week they were playing Franklin, Division I team.
Yeah.
But this is a good team. And I'll tell you, this linebacking core, I don't
and
know
it
if
was a
see,
first down for Harding.
Yep. I don't know if you're going to see very many teams that have a tandem of linebackers like these guys. And Holliston, this offensive line, is controlling the defensive line and even getting to that second level where they're hitting these linebackers and letting Harding get 5 or 6 yards at a clip.
They're cleaning up the plays 5 or 6 yards downfield. Here comes Brady Sweeney on the sweep. Pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, he picked up
another 5-yard gain.
Sweeney on the carry. Brought down by Lincoln Moore.
Those last couple of plays, the Panthers go over 300 yards of total offense. They have 306. Pretty balanced, 137 on the ground, 169 through the air.
That's great.
That's what these coaches want, Loesch. They want to have these balanced offenses. So these other teams go and try and plan against them, and it's like, well, what are you going to stop? Can you stop this? Can you stop that? We really even haven't seen War. And War would have scored a touchdown, but if it wasn't called back for a penalty. So even War, which we haven't seen tonight, has been a little effective here.
2nd and 5 for Holliston. Ball's at the 46 of the Panthers. Kylie, short drop, fires long. Looking for Dennison.
That didn't look like it came out of TJ's hand quite right. I'm not sure. Kind of look.
There was good double coverage there by the Warriors, too.
Yeah. That's a tough pass, too, because you're not only throwing it deep, you're throwing it across the field. Third down. 10:04 left to go in the ball game.
Kylie to Harding. Ran into Gentile. So that play was blown up by number 76, Captain Andrew Finn.
No gain on the play.
Fourth down.
5 for the Panthers.
So Holliston should punt.
Why isn't the clock running?
Yeah, he's telling them to run it now.
Okay. They're missing somebody on the sideline. They want to take a timeout. They're going to have to take a timeout.
Timeout Holliston.
Well, in fairness, Holliston doesn't punt very often, so it's tough to be ready for a punt.
Yeah.
But Holliston takes a timeout. We'll take a quick break.
A loss.
Okay, Holliston's ready to punt right now.
You know, while we got a minute, I really do want to thank Foxborough, especially the Foxborough Cable and the athletic director and everything for setting us up here in the press box and been very helpful. Just wonderful, wonderful hosts to us.
TJ Kylie will punt it for the Panthers.
Kylie back to punt.
Tony
He gets a spinning kick that's going to come down at the 25.
Don't down it.
Take
Let that clock
Panther
run.
roll.
Let that clock run. Don't touch it. That's it. Every second's precious.
It's all the way to the 19, and that's where the Warriors will start,
right
first
the
and 10.
19-yard line, where the Warriors will take over.
Now, last drive, Marcusello was finding his mark. Couple of wonderful passes. Put the Warriors in the end zone, and just like that.
Well, you know, the thing is with that score, what that did is it made it a ball game again. See, they don't have that score. And now with 9:26, if it's still 27-0, you know, it's 4-possession game. That's probably not going to happen. But now, you know, you give them a little hope. You know, they're hoping maybe break a big one here or something, tie the game up quickly, and get the ball back a few more times. There's still time to do that. It's not out of the question.
Marcusello back to pass. And he's got number 1. Prescott, big gain. All the way from the 19 to the 49.
You have to stay with your man when you're covering the man. I know it looked like he was going to come around, and so the defender was kind of caught. Do I go after the quarterback or do I stay with my man? Stay with your man. Stay with your man. In this case, if he picks up 10 yards on a rush, that's okay.
First and 10, Foxborough. They're right to the line, ready to go again. Marcusello back to pass, short pass. Nice job by Dennison getting in the way.
Well, there was a Holliston defensive team meeting back there. They had 3 or 4 guys back there on the quarterback. See, the other thing when you're getting behind and you're passing all the time, if you catch it, you make a big play, right? If you miss it, you're still not taking any time off the clock. Of course, the third thing that can happen is an interception, but.
We're hoping. All right, second and 10 for Foxborough. Marcusello down the middle. And there was Larch. Still a couple of yards in front of him. He was playing center field on that play.
Looks like Collier got in there got in the face of the quarterback.
They are still pushing. They are still pushing that defensive, that offensive line. Our defense is, and they're doing a nice job.
At their own 48
So Holliston's playing 2 deep safeties. Third and 10. Marcusello to pass. Looks out in the flat, looking for the wheel route. Nice coverage there by number 4, Cooper Olsen. He was all over that receiver.
Yeah, and Pacheco was all over the quarterback. And again, he comes in with his hands held high, and that just makes such a big difference.
So 4th and 10, we're going to see Foxborough go for it here.
But you know, I think over the last maybe half an hour or so, Coach Martinelli might feel a little bit better about this quarterback because, you know, he is out there, you know, throwing the ball around, and
he didn't melt.
No, he did not, and he's made some really tight window passes, and he's only a sophomore, you know, and it's only his first game. So
this is Foxborough's second attempt on 4th down. They were 0 for 1 previously.
Marcusello rolls right. Heavy pressure. Oh, he's hit.
Intercepted.
Brady Sweeney.
Gone.
Touchdown, Panthers. Number 11, Brady Sweeney. He must have read that Marcusello's eyes the whole way.
Touchdown.
And that's what happens when you throw in a 2 deep safety.
Yeah, you know, you got that. That's what they call the old cover 2. They call it back there when you get those both those safeties back there. And when one of those 2 safeties is arguably maybe the best receiver in the Tri-Valley League, he's going to get the ball. He's going to catch the ball, and he's going to go in for the score, and a score that basically, you know, more than likely with 8:35 puts its ball game away.
What's the yardage on that one? I got 55.
That's what I got too. Yeah, the interception at the 45.
Well, Brady Sweeney likes the end zone, and the end zone likes him. That's his number 11 career score.
Holliston's. Are they going for 2? Yep.
Lining up for 2. And we got a timeout, Foxborough.
Yeah,
they weren't ready for that one.
Well, they were short. They only had 10 men on the field.
Well, 12 one play, 10 this play. That averages 11.
Again, it's, you know, this is what, you know, that's a great lead-in to the idea of the Joey Laracy Bowl every year. A lot of those types of things get taken care of in that first game. Now, I'm not sure how many scrimmages or real game situations that Foxborough has had, but Holliston's already had one. So even though it doesn't count,
right,
that's the stuff they clean up.
But with referees and keeping track of time, everybody's on and off the field.
It makes a big difference. Even to the point where you tell the story about the kid who forgot his helmet. You know,
right?
You know, it's a silly thing sometimes, but it's the little things that kill you. You know, Holliston saw that when they get down there on the 2-yard line, and they were in the war offense, and they plow the ball in, and then they get the penalty, and it's the little things like that that kill you.
All right, Holliston's ready to line up for 2 right now. Harding to Kiley's left. Gentile across the formation. Kiley rolls left. Comes back right. Throws to the end zone.
Oh, very well covered.
No good.
Yeah, that's a situation where when you're down near the end zone, there's not a lot of room. So that was played perfectly by the defender.
Broken up by Peyton Francis.
We got a timeout. We have to play it down, so we'll take a minute here and be back in a moment.
All right, so just a leg cramp, and the Foxborough player gets off the field.
Well, I got a minute, Tom. I got a chance to talk. Spent a couple minutes here with Brian Martinelli. I actually coached Brian in youth football, believe it or not. He played offense. I coached defense, so I didn't really coach him, but he was a great running back, and he's a great running back for Holliston. But he wanted me to say hi to all his friends in Holliston and anyone else that's listening, maybe PJ Beatty over there in Milford or whatever. But
well, Coach Jack Martinelli's from Holliston.
Jack, yep.
Raised his family in Holliston.
He and I, Jack and I coached this is probably close to 30 years ago maybe. He and I coached a tournament baseball team when the kids were small, playing on the little diamond. Jack's older than me, by the way.
Zakshevsky with the kick. Pops it up. All the way to the 15, taking on a bounce. Hit there by number, I think it was 34. Pierce Duncan.
They're in a Foxborough is in a very, very tough league. This Hockomock league is really, really tough. And this is a situation now where he can work some stuff. He can look at some stuff maybe he hasn't got a chance to look at and try out a few things here and there, maybe a player here, a player there or something, and see what can go from there. Looks like, do they have a new quarterback in there?
Yes, number 12. Cam Doleski, freshman quarterback.
Brian was telling me that they're very, very happy with their numbers here in Foxborough. There's a sack.
He's being chased.
Oh, no.
Gets away. Wow. Short pass, reeled in by number 4. What a circus catch by Becker.
Great play by the quarterback, too. He's only a freshman. But they were telling me that they have a lot of numbers, and they're very, very happy, very excited about the sophomore and freshman class here. So,
the Warriors, number 12, Cam Doleski.
This year, I'm sure they'll do well, and then, of course, next year, and then the next 2 years, they got a bright future here in Foxborough.
Pickup of about 9 by Becker. 2nd and 1.
Another pass. Yes. Gordon dropped it, or just off his fingertips. It looked like it was there.
Pierce Ilachi with the quarterback hurry on that.
Yeah, Pierce got in there pretty quick.
2nd down and 2.
That's the football name.
Or 3rd down and 2, or 1. 3rd down and 1.
Pierce Ilachi, that's a football name, right?
Yeah,
definitely.
Love that name. 7:49 left to go in the ball game.
Pierce through the offensive line on that one.
Doleski, hands off.
Did not get it.
And did not get the first down. We handed it to, that was number 1, Prescott.
Prescott on the carry.
That brings up 4th and 1.
Brought down by Biedenkopf.
Lincoln Moore comes in. I'm sure he's going to be the running back.
No gain on the play.
Yeah, why not bring your 200-pound running back in? 6'2", 215.
Junior. They go big down here.
2, actually.
7:05 left to go.
Foxborough 0 for 2 on 4th down tonight.
Here comes Lincoln.
He didn't
He got hit by Bedenkopf, number 33.
He did not get it.
Stood up. I don't think he made it.
No, he did not get it. Didn't get it.
What a hit by 33.
Beautifully done.
You said Los he's had a bunch of tackles tonight in the pile. But the sophomore right there with the biggest hit on 4th down.
And they don't get a lot of chance to tackle or to practice tackle other than in the games, and to come up and do it that well.
You should be giving a seminar or a conference on tackle.
Yeah.
Short of getting the first down, and the Panthers will take
Lucas
over
Bedenkopf
at the Warriors 35-yard line. 1st and 10.
But you mentioned about Of course, the Martinellis being over in Holliston and everything. And Brian actually coached for Tom Kiley, I think the first year that Tom was a coach. Also,
so here comes the War offense with 6:41 to go in the game. 1st and 10 on the 35. Nick Larch at quarterback. Kevin Sahagan at fullback. C.J. Pacheco at wingback.
Offsides, 5 yards for Holliston.
And number 3, Devin Harding at the other wingback.
False start.
Oh, wow. False start, my bad.
False start.
And he marks it off against Foxborough. Now what are you going to call here? They marked it off against Foxborough.
Moved the wrong way.
Somebody saw it as Foxborough. That's all right.
I didn't. I mean, they saw. Well, they can see it better on the field than I can. The only thing I saw the Holliston, the Foxborough player come across. One more thing about this coaching staff here in Foxborough is that Ed Buckley, who coached for several years in Holliston, is also on the coaching staff here.
Nick Larch in the quarterback.
Devin Harding, the pitch. Bounces it outside.
Jeez.
Shakes his shoulders, gets away from a tackler,
Devin Harding.
and gets 5 yards.
Does not quit.
It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Brought down by Justin Morrison.
Actually got 6, 2nd down and 9. Harding is so elusive.
He really, well, not just that, he's powerful. I mean, he just kept going and going and going, you know. And
he steps out of so many tackles.
20 carries for 113 yards for Devin Harding. That's good for 5.7 yards per carry.
Wow. Oh, nicely played there.
That was inside to Cooper Olson, but got blown up there by number 55, Owen Hayes.
Olson on the carry.
Owen Hayes, that's a nice job because you don't see a lot of that. One of those interior linemen getting through the line on the War offense. It's pretty rare to see that.
So 3rd and 12.
3rd and 12 for the Panthers at the Foxborough 37.
Clock's running with 5:22 to go in the game.
Yeah, which is
33-7 Panthers.
Which is why they'll probably keep this on the ground.
Referee
they're going to call a timeout, I think.
And the Panthers do, so we'll take a break. All right, 3rd down and 12 for Holliston, and they've come back with their spread offense. So TJ Kiley's back on the field.
I wonder if they're going to call illegal substitution here. No,
you can out of a timeout.
I don't know. No, I guess you're going to let it go. All right.
Kiley hands off to Devin, and he is wrapped up right away by number 2, Jaquan Williams. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that's a matter of just letting this clock keep running.
And Holliston's going to set up to punt.
Clock is running with 4:25 left to go in the ball game.
Back for the Warriors is Tony Sellum and Peyton Francis.
10-second hand goes up.
TJ Kylie.
Snap to Kylie, the punt. It's going to come down about the 12 and roll inside the 10. And Foxborough will be pretty backed up on this drive. Well, we got to say hi to the Greek.
Yeah,
watching down in Falmouth. He went to his computer and made selections with his head, not his heart.
Yep.
He picked every game in the Tri-Valley League. And we were all impressed, and everybody was emailing saying, hey, Greek, what's that? Well, then he encouraged everybody to select all the Tri-Valley League games. So everybody would do that. And when all was said and done, he was the only person that picked Foxborough tonight.
This is not me talking. This is not Jay Wyman talking Greek. I just want you to know
and there was a long lecture about picking with your head, not your heart.
Oh, nice job by the defense.
Well, those of us who picked with our heart got lucky tonight.
Prescott on the carry.
Keep swinging, Greek.
And on the stop for the Panthers.
Well, I know that Drew Schneelock, you know, he said that the Holliston was going to win, and that was Schnee's lock of the week. So you know, that's the way that worked. Clock running, 3:15 left to go.
Second down and 10 for the Warriors.
You know, I had said at the beginning of the game that I really don't like to make any to get any ideas or form any ideas about the team's opportunities until about the third game, after the end of the third game. But sweep to the left. Holliston takes him down. So, you know, you don't want to do anything about the third game, because that's not how, that's not only that you know how you did against this team, but how this team does against other teams and how you do against other teams. But I will say that I think that the Holliston coaching staff is going to be extremely happy, especially with the continuing great play of the defense. But that offensive line tonight made a big difference.
The line play was the whole ball game as far as I'm concerned. And you know, your offensive line was doing the job. Your defensive front seven were doing the job.
And in football, that's what's got to happen. You got to win the line of scrimmage.
Nice toss out there to number 4, Becker. He's out near a first down. And it is enough for a first down.
And as far as Foxborough, you know, you don't know how good Holliston is. Holliston might be the class of D4. You don't know. So you're going to go, but you go back and you regroup and you make some changes and you go out and you win the next game. I mean, they lost their first game last year against Milford, and they went on and ended up in the state semifinals in a game that I believe they led 14-0 at one time against Duxbury.
Right.
So they got a bright future too.
Well, next week will be the season's home opener against Medway.
Yeah. In Medway, you know, that it's always those two teams go at it. You know, Holliston and Medway go at it all the time.
Border town rivals.
Yep.
Came right down to the end with a last-minute Nick Cotting field goal.
Right.
To put them ahead with just 5 seconds. But Medway was lining up for a field goal with almost no time to go.
Right.
Holliston had to block it.
Clock runs, 50 seconds left to go. Maybe one more play here.
Tyler Prescott.
So, first of all, for those of you fans listening to us tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching us. But don't forget, next week's a home game, so it's great to listen to us. I mean, maybe it's even incredible to listen to us. I don't know, but get down to the field if you're in Holliston or in the
unless
area,
you're sick in bed in Holliston.
Yeah.
If you're in Holliston, if you're in 01746, you got to come down to the game.
You got to be careful what you say, because some doctors have said if you're sick in bed not to listen to you and I. So you don't know. 15 seconds left to go in the ball game.
You still got it, Jay.
Never lost it.
And the sack on the play by number 8, Owen Zakshevsky. Owen Zakshevsky.
Yeah.
Tackle by Owen
And that'll
Zakshevsky.
do it. 33-7, Panthers over the
Final
Warriors.
score from Jack Martinelli.
Couple of touchdowns from Devin Harding, a couple of touchdowns
Foxborough
from
Warriors 7.
Andrew Dennison, and a big interception
Please join us next
return
week, right
by
here at Jack Martinelli Field.
Brady Sweeney
with the Warriors.
to ice it.
We'll be hosting
Yeah, they played
game
really
7
well,
o'clock.
and like we had talked about earlier, Tom,
is also
it's
the
winning that
homecoming
line
game.
of scrimmage. It's a big thing, controlling that line of scrimmage. Holliston
travels,
always
have a
has
great
the
weekend.
skill players, always. The difference has always been, can you control that line of scrimmage both on offense and defense? And they've been able to do that.
They really did. Amazing.
So we're going to check out what's going on here. Carlos is working on his stats. Next week, of course, once again, we're at home against Medway. If you can go to the game, please go to the game. If you can't, please tune in and listen to us. And I guess there's a way to
I think on your
Send
you can
in-
watch the game.
you can watch, sure.
At Committee and Field. You could listen to Tom and Jay on
Yeah.
your earbuds
Yep,
and watch the game.
yep. Oh, no.
Okay, and now Los's final lowdown.
All right, thanks, Tom. The final score from Jack Martinelli Field in Foxborough, Mass. Holliston 33, Foxborough 7. Just a all-around complete game from the Panthers tonight on both sides of the football. 309 total yards of offense for Holliston, just 191 for the Warriors. It's 169 yards passing, 140 yards rushing for the Panthers, 193 yards passing. Panthers held the Warriors to negative yards rushing. Foxborough only had -2 yards rushing the ball tonight. They also lost 2 fumbles on kickoffs, and I didn't get who those recoveries were from, but hopefully we can get those later after the game. And then third downs, Holliston a little bit better than Foxborough. They're 3 for 9 for the Panthers, 4 for 14 for the Warriors. Individual contributors for the Panthers. Quarterback T.J. Quietly had a very efficient evening. 9 of 16 for 140 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Devin Harding was the leading rusher on the evening for the Panthers. Just what can you say about him? 112 yards rushing the football. 2 rushing touchdowns. It's good for 5.3 yards per carry for Devin. Leading receivers for the Panthers, Devin Harding, again, he had 61 yards receiving. Brady Sweeney had 55 yards as well. And then Andrew Dennison with 53 yards and a touchdown receiving as well. Dennison also had a rushing touchdown on the evening. He just had a really good game overall, rushing and receiving the ball. And then for Foxborough, quarterback Mike Marcucella was 8 of 27 for 174 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Really, all of their offense came through the air. Their leading receivers were Nolan Gordon with 84 yards and a touchdown, and Tony Solham. He had 48 yards as well. And then defensively for the Panthers, a lot of people contributed on defense tonight. Joey Gentile led all tacklers. He had 6 recorded tackles. Like I said, there were 2 fumble recoveries. Unknown who had them, but they were both on kickoffs, consecutive kickoffs to be exact. And then we had 2 interceptions in this game, one from Cooper Olson and then one from Lucas Bettingkoff. One from the interceptions were from Cooper Olson and Brady Sweeney. I want to make sure I got that right. Lucas Bettingkoff, however, did have a really good game as well. 4 tackles. including 4 tackles, including 2 for a loss. He just had a great game on the defensive side of the ball. For more stats and information on the Holliston Panthers, you can follow us on Twitter at HCatFootball, and that's the lowdown.
Okay, thank you, Los. I also want to thank Bruce Guilfoyle high above courtside up here on the big camera. Tom Harmon, our man on the computer down there. And, Tom, you did a nice job. You led Holliston. You did, personally. You led Holliston to a 33-7 win, and that'll do it. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.